Hi! In this video, we're going to talk about the education options that are available to you and how they might help you in your goals. Education can help you to get better paying jobs or different types of jobs, but more importantly, it can also expand your world, help you to meet new and different people, and help you to grow as an individual. Learning is a powerful tool in healing and living a fulfilled life. Your decision about which school or program you enroll in will depend on many factors: your personal and career goals, your finances, your educational background and current skills, and your ability to overcome any barriers that may arise because of your criminal history. Your decision may also depend on day-to-day needs, like your health, family responsibilities, access to transportation, and parole or probation conditions. A strong plan for your career goals and for your professional and educational development will help you establish and stick to your goals, maintain focus, and spend your time and money wisely. There are 7 steps you can take towards setting your educational goals. The first step: assess your background, skills, talents, and passions. Start by taking some time for some big picture goal planning. Ask yourself key questions like, what motivates you? What kind of job could you do in the long term? What kind of experience or training do you already possess? What are your skills? And what skills would you like to work to develop? The second step: determine which career paths might be appropriate for you. Key questions here include, do you have experience from a previous job that relates to that field? Do your skills naturally fit that kind of position? How long would it take for you to be employable in that field? Okay, next step. Research the qualifications, education, licenses, and certificates your desired fields require. There's some really great online and in-person resources that can help you. My Next Move is a national website that can help you to research the educational requirements and skills that are needed for almost any job or career. You can visit them at the website that's shown here on the screen. The California Department of Consumer Affairs lists the boards and agencies it governs, and it has links describing the license and certifications that each one requires. You can learn more at the website that's shown here on the screen. Career One Stop is a website with many tools to help you research the jobs you're interested in. They've got Explore Careers, which has descriptions of different careers, including what skills and training you need, what level of education most workers typically have, and the types of tasks and equipment for each job. And they'll let you compare different occupations. There's also a license finder, which allows you to look up state licensing requirements for any specific job, as well as the name and contact information of any state licensing board for that job. There's a certification finder, which will tell you if a job requires certification, as well as the steps to get certified and the names and websites of certifying organizations. There's also specifically a job search help for ex-offenders. It's a special section of the careeronestop.org website with information, advice, and tools that are tailored for people in reentry. Another great resource is America's Job Center of California. It's California's one-stop access point to employment-related services, including skills assessment. The website offers a finder to locate the AJCC office nearest you, and it also has links to most of the websites and services that I've listed above. 5 Keys is a free school that offers career planning and guidance, in addition to free educational assessments, adult basic education, and high school diploma equivalency and GED testing. It's located here in the LA area. The website you can find here. People who have the job you want, as well as employers in that field, can answer a lot of questions about what training or credentials are required to be successful in that field, so they're a great resource as well. And then state licensing boards and professional associations can give you a list of requirements for the particular job or career that they oversee. Their contact information is usually also found on that careeronestop.org website. The next step is researching any barriers you may face in your desired field because of your arrest or conviction history. Some jobs are harder or maybe even impossible to get for individuals with certain arrests or convictions on their record. It's important to be hopeful, but also realistic as you plan for your education and future career. Step 5, plan for your practical needs. Outside factors and life circumstances can have a huge impact on your educational goals. As an adult student, you may have work and family obligations to juggle. You'll want to pick an education program that you can balance with your other responsibilities and that fits your current situation and future goals. For example, you may have to ask yourself, how much time do you actually have to devote to your education? Do you have a family to support and take care of? Will you need to work to support yourself in school? Are your options limited because you are still incarcerated or on parole or probation? The next step is to get assessed to determine your educational needs. If you're not sure where to start in school, an educational assessment or placement test will help you to figure this out. Also, if you have any special learning needs or differences or disabilities, there are qualified professionals who can assess you and they can help you to make an educational plan. The last step, step 7, is to gather your identification documents and other records that are required for attending school. Getting identification documents, transcripts, and other important records allows you to enroll in school and apply for jobs. Here are some key items that you're going to need to assemble as you start to plan to go back to school. Your birth certificate, your social security number or your card if you can, a California or state ID or driver license, transcripts from other schools, and your immunization and vaccination records. Your immunization record is a list of all the vaccines you received as a child and as an adult that prevent common diseases like polio and chickenpox, tuberculosis, and it's required to register for school, also for certain jobs, and also for traveling. You're also going to need references and letters of recommendation, and you might need to prove your selective service registration. This is only for males age 18 to 25. Finally, sometimes you'll also need to provide criminal record information. Now we're going to go over different types of education that you might be looking at. First, adult basic education. Adult basic education classes improve your basic math, reading, writing, and life skills, and these classes can help you to get ready for high school level work. There's also something called high school credentials. These are either a diploma or a GED. They're a minimum requirement for many jobs and a necessary step before you can continue your education through a career technical education program or at a college or university. You can earn a high school credential by completing a high school diploma program or passing the GED test. A career technical education is a program that trains you for specific kinds of jobs and sometimes leads to certificates or professional or occupational licenses that you need for those jobs. Different programs take different lengths of time, but they're often designed so that you can complete them in 1 year. 2-year and 4-year colleges and universities award college degrees. They're also called academic degrees for completing a program of academic study. College degree programs usually do not train you for a specific type of job, but they give you a wide variety of general skills that are useful for many different professions. The different types of college degrees are associate and bachelor's. 2-year college programs allow you to earn an associate degree, which can be a stepping stone to entry-level jobs or to a 4-year college program. 4-year college and university programs allow you to earn a bachelor's degree, which can be a stepping stone to higher level jobs or to graduate or professional school. Graduate or professional schools allow you to earn advanced degrees after you've earned a bachelor's degree. Earning a professional degree allows you to become licensed to work in professions like law or medicine. The kinds of jobs it can lead to depends on your field of study. Earning a master's degree generally takes 2 years, and a doctorate degree can take 3 years or more. If you're not sure how far you got in school, or it's been so long that you're not sure what your current education level is, your first step is to get an educational assessment. An educational assessment is simply a way to find out what your current ability level is in English, reading, writing, and math. It's important to get an educational assessment before you start any educational program so that you don't waste time relearning things you already know or taking classes for which you're just not prepared. The easiest way to assess your educational level is to take an assessment test, also sometimes called a placement test. There are 2 assessment tests that are often used for adults who wish to continue their education, the TABE and the CASAS. Don't worry. These are not the kinds of tests you need to study for. These tests measure what academic skills you're already good at and which ones you need to work on. They help you determine what classes will be the right fit for your current educational level. Education can be costly. Take time to make informed choices. Training or education may or may not be a smart investment for you right now. In order to make this decision, ask yourself these questions. What are the future earning potentials, job security, and market demand of the career or job that you're looking to pursue? How much does a school or training cost? Are you going to be able to pay your bills and keep a positive cash flow? What's the timeline for completing the school program or training? Do you expect to receive grants or scholarships? And when are you going to have to start paying back those loans? How long are you going to have to pay them back? What will be the minimum monthly payment for your loans? Also, what are your job prospects after you graduate? What's the starting salary? And how often do graduates from that school get that type of job? Finally, how will your long-term net worth be affected by your education? You have a lot of options for paying for training or education. Most students use a combination of these things. 1, ask for help from friends and family. 2, save money now or use saved money. Work while attending school. Apply for scholarships and grants. Ask your employer to cover some or all of the cost. And very commonly, borrow money using student loans. This brings us to financial aid. Financial aid is the general term for any type of funding intended to help students pay for educational expenses. It's the most common way that people fund their education. There are many different types of financial aid available from different places. The federal government, state governments, organizations, businesses, and agencies offer financial aid of one or more types. One really important program is the Cal Grant program. The Cal Grant program is the largest source of student financial aid in California. If you're a California graduating high school student, a recent graduate, or you just got your GED, and you meet academic, financial, and eligibility requirements, then you may qualify for a Cal Grant for college or career technical school. There are several grants offered within the Cal Grant program, and each has its own specific requirements, but there's some general requirements that they all share. For example, you have to submit the FAFSA or California DREAM Act application and your current GPA. You have to be a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen or meet those California DREAM Act criteria. You have to be a California resident or, again, meet the California DREAM Act criteria. You also have to attend a qualifying California college and be enrolled at least half-time and have financial need based on your income and college costs. You also have to maintain a minimum GPA. Another important grant program is the California College Promise Grant. It used to be called the Board of Governors Fee Waiver. The California College Promise Grant removes enrollment fees for qualified low-income students applying to California's community colleges. If you qualify for this grant, you can go to community college for free. You will still have to pay for other education expenses like books and supplies. But to qualify for the California College Promise Grant, you must be a California resident. If you're a California resident, you must also qualify based on one of several other criteria. For example, if you receive government benefits or fall into an eligible income bracket. There are certain drug convictions which may make you ineligible for a California College Promise Grant. Many colleges and universities have their own financial aid programs, and they may offer scholarships, grants, loans, or work-study programs directly. Eligibility for school-based aid programs can be based on financial need, merit, or a variety of other qualifications. You should contact the financial aid offices of the schools you're interested in to find out what financial aid might be available from those individual schools. Some schools have more financial aid funding available and may be able to offer you a more substantial award, and this can be an important factor in your decision about which school you want to go to. There are also a lot of scholarships available. Many private organizations offer scholarships, usually to students meeting certain qualifications or having certain characteristics. Some scholarships may be need-based or they might be merit-based. They may also be based on cultural, religious, ethnic, racial, national identity, political, religious, or other beliefs, or based on your chosen academic or career field. Now, you also have the option to take out loans to support your education. There are federal student loans. So these loans are funded by the federal government. They usually have lower interest rates and offer more flexible repayment terms and options than private loans. Generally, repayment of a federal student loan doesn't begin until after you leave school. But there are also private student loans, and these loans are non-federal loans offered by a lender, someone like a bank or a credit union, maybe a state agency or a school. You don't have to borrow the maximum amount of money you're offered. You should really only borrow the money you need for expenses while completing the educational program. Try not to accumulate more student loan debt than what you expect to earn as a starting annual salary after leaving school. Everyone has to fill out something called the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, or the FAFSA, to be considered for federal student loans, federal work-study programs, or grants. You must complete the FAFSA, which you can complete at www.fafsa.gov, or they also have a mobile app where you can complete it. To complete it successfully, you should probably follow these tips. Check your deadlines very carefully. Collect the information you're going to need ahead of time. Double check your student aid report to ensure all your information is correct. Respond immediately to all legitimate requests for additional information. Okay, finally, let's talk about some specific programs for returning citizens that are in our area here in South LA County. Compton College's formerly incarcerated student transition program offers academic and social and economic support with support meetings, skills training, career counseling, and career workshops. 5 Keys Reentry Services, which we mentioned before, offers peer-to-peer support for returning citizens, as well as assessment testing, high school equivalency programs and testing, and technical and vocational training. Los Angeles Trade Tech College's Reentry program, which is part of the Institutional Effectiveness and Innovation program, provides expungement services, job fairs, peer support groups and activities, and referrals to additional programs. There's also something called Project Rebound at California State University Fullerton and also at CSU LA. They offer admissions assistance, financial assistance, community support, academic advising, supplemental instruction, also legal services, wellness counseling, and career services. They can be found at this website. If you have additional questions, make sure to bring them to the class at Mass Liberation or to your coach if you're attending, or reach out to someone you trust to find out more. Choosing your education is a big deal, and you want to make sure that you're really making the most informed choices. Thank you.